Hey, what's up, guys? We are live, Daniel.
What's up, man? How are you
All
tonight,
right, we
Josh?
got we got Daniel here from Valor Comics, and thanks for joining us tonight. And he's got some sweet mail that he sent from EPAC, Upper Deck EPAC, through ComC, and then I have a PSA reveal that we'll go through, and then we'll do some Marvel chat, I guess.
Yep, that's the plan. It's going to be a bunch of huge cards, especially on your end, and I'm really excited to finish out some of my rainbows. I've been having this for about ever since I first started.
That's so cool.
So some of these cards I've had from day one of being in the hobby.
And I mean, those who don't know you, you know, with the card stuff, I mean, Daniel's awesome in the comic realm, and he's been avid. How long have you been at the Marvel cards now for? Like 6, 7 months, maybe more, right?
Yeah, it's starting to be close to the 6 month mark.
Okay.
So we're in that sweet spot of getting to see who's going to stick around during the peak and the valley of it.
Yeah, I knew it was close to that, but that's cool.
Definitely looking forward to it because it's fun too. So with Valor Comic Services, I clean and press comics for people and then submit it to CBCS or CGC for grading. So I have a lot of knowledge and experience revolved around comic books. So being able to take that knowledge base and transition it into cards and starting to look at different cards and you see artwork where it's like, oh, that's Clayton Crane. And then I talk to someone in the card community and they're like, well, who is that? It's like, oh, well, here, let me blow your mind because he did some like groundbreaking stuff for Spider-Man. So it gets to create new relationships just through a merging of the two hobbies.
Yeah, and I know since I've been in this, um I've been over probably last February. So a little over a year or so, and I started my YouTube channel in like April of
Mm-hmm.
last year. So I've been just going for a year. I mean, I haven't put out a lot of content, but the content I have put out, I feel with the PSA reveals and all that stuff is pretty fun. And then all the joint content that I have, like with Loot Box and Spidey G09 and Marvel Guy 239 and everything like that. All of our buddies, Scandal Cards and Comics. He should be joining us pretty soon here, but yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting because I know back last year before I got into the card community, I was doing some Instagram lives with just Justin, of course, and then just different people in the community as he was starting to make his growth. I would just kind of pop in and be like, man, I don't know about cards, but I'm here to have fun.
Yeah.
And we would start talking about values of different Marvel cards and say like, oh, well, this sold for $12,000, and for the longest time, my mind couldn't comprehend that. He would say, oh, well, this green Spider Gwen just sold for 10K, and I'm like, for a card? Are you kidding me? That's
Yeah.
dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why are you not buying books? And then I woke up one day and it clicked and was like, oh, well, I've just been doing it all wrong, haven't I?
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, those who don't know me, I picked up a 2013 Fleer Ultra, or sorry, Fleer Retro PMG of Loki. It was a blue, and in the high I sold it at 15K.
Wow.
It did really well. So a lot of these cards that were pretty big fire, we're still coming to the point where people are trying to figure out Marvel cards, and trying to figure out the hobby, because a lot of people just don't know about it. But the more they do know about it, the more they'll pick up cards, and it seems like there's more and more entering the hobby, which is nice.
Oh, for sure. You can look at some of the Facebook groups that we're a part of, and you can see that growth just expand over time. And it's just really cool to see that organic growth as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So, how long have you been collecting cards altogether?
So I was in the 90s. I started with 1990 Marvel Universe when I was 10 years old. I started with my best friend, and then my younger brother got into it with me, and one year, I think, it was in 19 I think it was 94,
Hmm.
when my brother was way into it. I mean, we bought, like, Marvel Universe 2, 3, Marvel Flair, and all that stuff together, and then one Christmas, we both got a box of 1994, um, Marvel Universe with the holograms and all that stuff, and we opened them up, and we both got full sets and got most of the holograms, and it was so fun. And my dad even went out and purchased the Spider-Man versus Venom card and from 1993 Marvel Universe for my
Yeah.
brother. And then he purchased the 1993 X-Men Series 2 Wolverine 3D hologram for myself. So we
Okay.
both had like holograms that Christmas and boxes, and yeah, I fell in love with it a long time ago. It's just when the downturn happened, of Marvel kind of went out of style and everything like that. And then I started dating when I was like 15, 16 years old and
Oh
driving.
yeah.
Now, like everybody's story, but life just got busy, and I didn't know Marvel Card existed except until I knew the 90s stuff did. I even like years back was gonna buy a bunch of boxes for my boys, just as gifts for Christmas and have them open them. And I kind of talked to them trying to get them interested in it, and they just didn't get interested. So I didn't want to pull the trigger on $100 boxes. Now
Yeah.
they're $300-400. But it's just funny that we've come to this point. So
Right on. Was there ever a big turning point for you where you fell back in love with it and real, but also saw that there was potential to make a little bit of money?
yeah, for sure. I actually started grading my cards, my 90s cards. And then after starting to grade them, I got into some of the modern stuff that I've like through the Facebook groups,
Yeah.
MCCW and Marvel cards, and then Marvel Masterpiece group. And both those groups just showed me like there's so much modern stuff out there and cards that I didn't know existed. So I was kind of similar to you. And so yeah, that's kind of what got me into it. And then yeah, like I started picking up cards here and there for PC, and then started picking up some cards. Maybe I'm like, oh man, that's a really nice card. Maybe I could grade that. I'd pick it
Yeah.
up and all that stuff. And then grading shut down and all that stuff, and then it's picked up again just a little, this year. I sent some cards, and I even got those cards back that I'll be showing you right now. I got those cards back before I even got the cards back that I sent last year.
It's crazy how that works sometimes. It's the same
Yeah.
thing with grading comics. I can send off that. I send batches off probably twice a week, and there will be some that always come back before others, and there's inconsistencies as far as return around times. But grading companies, no matter what it is across the board, are still swamped with people always getting into the hobby and just. I've had this stack of stuff since I was a kid, so I want to get it all graded. So they flood it in by the hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to let everybody know, shout out to Valor Comics, because I sent a bunch of my comics when I was a kid to him, and comics that I picked up last year and all that stuff to try to get some good grades on. But yeah, Daniel's pressing some of my comics and sending them in to CGC, and I'm going to be excited to see those. And
Right.
as you've gotten into Marvel cards, I got into a little bit more comics. So
That's exciting. So now, before the year's over, you should have a CGC reveal video to post.
that would be sweet.
Well, what's going to be really sweet is whenever CGC starts grading Marvel cards.
Oh yeah. I emailed them after the whole kick of Marvel cards, and when PSA was shut down, I even emailed them. I'm like, hey man, when are you guys gonna grade Marvel cards? This would be the perfect timing to do it. and they're
Mm,
like, "Well, at this time, we're gonna hold off and not do it." And then they talked about maybe doing something in June and doing a pilot. I don't know if
yeah,
they ever did, but it sounds like they kind of went the TCG route, kind of like with the Weiss Schwartz and all that to start
yeah.
into it, but still not the Marvel cards that I want them to grade.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants to grade.
For
All
sure.
right, well, let's dive into some of these cards that I got. You want to
All right,
do that?
yeah, kick us off.
Some cards that I sent in. So I'm gonna flip my camera here. There we go. Um, okay, so there are two cards that aren't in this. Just to let everybody know, I was gonna record this video and something went wrong with the video, and so I'm just gonna do it live here. But in the process, I've already removed two cards because I sold them um, to a private seller or a private buyer, sorry. And it was a Wolverine Vibranium PSA 9, and then it was a PSA 10 Cyclops Vibranium. And
Nice.
so here's the rest of the Vibranium I have. And this is a PSA 5. It's kind of funny that it's a 5. It still looks pretty good and everything, but yeah, they graded it a 5. It was kind of funny. Um, and then I got this 2015 Jane Foster Thor,
Oh, nice.
and that one got an 8, PSA
Man,
8.
I like the art. Two questions real quick. Do you have comments loading up?
Yeah, Card Boss is on here. Yo, yo, yo. Stopping by to have a peek of the goodness. Thanks. Thanks, Card Boss. TBC Breaks is in here. How's everything? How's everybody tonight? And then Johnny Bravo, how's it going, guys? And then we always have Mr. Jayhawk fan in here. What's up, guys? So
What's up, guys?
yeah, there's like 9 people watching,
Dope.
which for me it's pretty big.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
So yeah, so we got Thor. This one was a really nice one because it's Doctor Strange, just in
Hmm.
time for the movie, and it's PSA 9,
Oh, that's awesome.
and that's a pretty awesome one.
Did you send a witch to go with it?
No, I sold my witch prior to Raw. Yeah.
Okay.
But I did get this is Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain
Okay.
America. And this is actually his rookie card, Sam Wilson, Captain America. So
That's
that is
special.
pretty sweet.
That's going to be really nice whenever the next Cat movie comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's a PSA 9 too, which is
So
pretty
that one that
awesome.
you showed, the PSA 9, is that a numbered card?
Yeah, these are all refined. They're numbered to 99, just to let
Okay.
everybody know. Sorry for not telling you that up front. Um, and then this one is Ultimate Iron Man. I'm pretty excited to see him enter the MCU,
Oh yeah.
and that is a PSA 9 as well, which is
Nice.
pretty cool. Am I coming in blurry? Do you know? Is it kind of blurry?
On my end, you seem fine. I'm not seeing
Okay,
it.
sounds good. Okay. Um, and then let's see, and then we got let's you want I just did my vibranium. Let's wait on my other stuff. Let's see some of your mail that you got, Daniel, and then we'll swap back.
All right, I'll get this loaded real quick.
Thanks for joining us, guys, tonight. Appreciate it. We invited another buddy. We'll see if he joins, but if not, we're good. So
There we go. So I'll start this one off. This one's a personal one between you and me because you upbidded me on it. And I got this in the mail, but I haven't opened it up out of the flap to check it out.
ooh,
So
that's
we've
a nice
got
one.
the from 2014 Rittenhouse, the Marvel 75th Wolverine.
75th anniversary.
Yep.
Gold border, gold border.
And they covered up the numbering of it with their sticker.
Number to 75, guys. That's sweet.
Yeah. Building that set, and it's taken me forever. Probably won't get it finished by the end of the year, but that's okay too.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I didn't know Daniel was bidding on that, and I bidded on it, and I just jacked his price up. So poor Jake.
Tremendously. But
Glad
it's
I didn't
okay.
want it for 1,500, right? Because I
Yeah,
think your max bid was $2,000.
yeah, my max bid was 2181. Figure if I'm gonna bid on anything Wolverine, my max bid better be 181 in there somewhere, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's all good, so we know where that one is. So if I decide to cash out, you know where one's going to be available.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, and so what I'm opening up right now is all the bigger cards are my hits from EPAC because we
Okay.
have the Dallas Card Show coming up.
Okay.
So I had to go ahead and get all of this ready. That way I would have some product. Yeah. So we've got that stack, and then these are the top loaders.
All right. I just messaged Scandell. Let's see if he'll join us.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing that those who I'm sure everybody knows ComC, but those who don't know ComC, it's an affiliate tied in with Upper Deck EPAC, which a lot of these cards Daniel got from. Oh, nice. Precious Metal Gem.
Yep.
Is
So we
that
got
magic?
it's the PMG of the High Series Magic.
Nice.
This one's numbered 78 out of 100. So I've got the red to
Oh,
pair
cool.
with.
And the green, baby.
Yep. This box should have the complete rainbow base to green.
Oh, okay.
So I'm super stoked for that. I've got
Yeah,
one more.
so ComC is the shipping method when they ship these cards to us, and Daniel has to take a receipt. They have like these little receipts in every single one of these cards, and so that's
Yeah.
what the paper is on in the cards, and
Yeah.
it's so like when I open my ComC orders, I'm just like these stupid receipts.
I know. So then there's the red PMG of the base
Oh, nice.
Deathbird. That's 98 out of 100. And then that's another one to pair with.
Is that who's that? Lalandra?
That's Deathbird. So that
Deathbird.
character,
Okay.
I think it's kind of like the same relationship as Gamora and
Uh-huh.
Nebula in the MCU.
Okay.
I want to say Deathbird is she's a sister of the same race as Landra.
Oh yeah.
But the character Deathbird, when I was researching Marvel cards, that character has some really great art. Like even in the early Jim Lee set, like her
Okay.
card was really sweet. This one's from this one's probably what I'm most excited for out of all of it.
I'm gonna make you bigger here. Hold on.
Oh, you're good.
There we go. Okay.
So this is the Battle Spectre gem of
Oh, cool.
Cyclops
Yeah.
Minister.
And that's the blue Battle Spectre gems. That's really nice. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
and it's numbered 79 out of 99.
Nice.
Yeah. Then for those that don't know, I have the purple one of one high series Sinister. So that whenever that comes back from PSA, that's gonna look sick next to this one.
Oh, cool. So that'll
Man,
be exciting.
Dave Palumbo was the artist for Masterpiece 2020, and he did a phenomenal job.
He did. Yeah, I mean they haven't announced the next artist for 2020. Well, it'll be 2022, but it's gonna be in 2023, I'm sure. But
Do
when
you
they do, it's gonna
speculate?
be exciting.
Do you speculate any certain artists?
I wish it was Ash Gonzalez, but I just don't know.
That would be great. Cool. So I've got from Annual,
Oh, cool.
the hologram out of 21 of Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's nice. And that's the hologram, yeah, out of 21 because there's the other dotted hologram out of 49. And
Correct.
those are the more rare. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And I'm not are you a Captain Marvel fan?
You not really. Like I actually pulled a Glebe sketch and I sold it out of Black Diamond. Um yeah. So if it was a character I would have liked from them, I would have kept it, but like I just don't collect Captain Marvel at all.
See, I don't care about Captain Marvel at all, like
Yeah.
whatsoever. Not a
Yeah.
fan. But I
Yeah.
love the art on this card.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Um,
so sweet.
and I don't know if you know it, but the art that's used is from a modern storyline. So down here where she's posted up, that's
Okay.
actually Ronan the Accuser's hammer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's dope.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I want to say it might be the gold. I
The
can't
gold.
really, yeah, I can't really tell because it's green.
Is it the
No,
gold or
this
the
is
black?
black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
black. It's the
that's the
black. I was gonna say it looks black to me.
in person it looks green.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to see a few of the black ones to know, but yeah, the
Yep.
way that they did it, I guess the upper deck guy kind of explained it, and it was just really hard to get the black because the black didn't show some of the art on the back.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was their downfall because they don't need on some of these foiled cards, they don't need to show the comic stuff in the back for some of these parallels.
Yeah.
The color of the parallel and the shininess of the parallel is enough.
Oh, for sure. You see, this is another black, but you can spot that it is. It's the Black Mystique.
Jobber DG Mr. Sinister cards. Okay, he's with us.
Oh, right
Justin.
on.
Justin's here. But yeah, he reached out to me on that sketch, but I let him know that I already gave it to you. So
Yeah. It'll be probably the only cool Mr. Sinister sketch you'll ever let me have, so it's fine.
yeah, for sure. He has a great collection, that's for sure.
Oh, it's beautiful. His Instagram is, I believe, Mr. Sinister Cards.
Okay.
So for those that
Yeah.
haven't checked them out, please do.
Yeah,
There,
please do. Yeah. He's
there's a
got
lot of knowledge on it, especially for Sinister.
he's got
His,
some awesome stuff.
I think this is the last big card out of it. And it's my green high series husk. And it's numbered 4 out of 10. So I've got my 3 green PMGs home now. I got Husk, Magic, and then Deathbird. And this card's cool, but it's ugly as all get out, man. I can't stand the art on it.
Yeah.
It's just basic. Did you have some more graded cards you wanted to show?
Yeah. I can go to those.
Okay. I'll sort through these.
All right. Do you know if there's any audio issue on your end? Is there an echo at all?
I'm not hearing one.
Okay. Is there anybody that hears an echo? I just want to make sure there's no echo. So, okay, let me switch my camera back here. Okay. All right, here. Okay. So these are the 2017 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. And those who know my IG channel, I do have a Green Mysterio. And this is the rest of my Mysterio Rainbow. And this is a PSA 8 bronze.
Nice.
And then here's my next one here. There's my red. And it's also a PSA 8 red.
Did you chase Mysterio for any certain reason, or is that just something
I
that
got the green. And after I got the green, I was like, maybe I'll just do a little bit of rainbow.
Yeah, why not?
And then I got the blue. The blue got a 9. PSA 9.
That's crazy.
Which is really, really rare. It doesn't happen a lot on these because of the thick card that it is. So I was happy when I got that. This next card is cool. It's Spider-Man 2099. And I got the bronze here. The bronze got a PSA 8.
Nice. Do you prefer the art on that 2099 or the classic blue?
I do like this, but I do like the red and the blue Spider-Man 2099 from the old 90s.
Yeah.
This card looks really cool.
Oh, wow.
On the blue. And this got a PSA 9 as well. Which I am so happy about that card.
I bet.
Getting a 9. The highest I've seen in person is 8. So getting a 9 was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the 8's probably worth about $1,500, where the 9 probably is worth, $2,500. So I'm happy with that. Very happy. Okay, so this next card is from 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man. And it got a PSA 9 gold foil, the royal foil. And this is the Wolverine numbered to 99. Oh, there's Scandell. Let me add him.
Yeah, get him in.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Steven?
Hey, bud.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Great. What I miss?
Numbered to 99. Just showing my 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man cards I got back from PSA.
Mm-hmm.
But a 9, I was happy when I got that.
That's great.
Yeah, you joined in probably whenever he was showing the biggest banger in this whole video.
What is it?
Oh, you talking about this card?
Yeah.
So 2099 Flare Ultra Spider-Man 2099, and I got a PSA 9.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool card.
The blue makes it
all right. Awesome. I graded this card that you were gonna buy off me, Scandell, and I got a PSA 8.
Yeah, it just felt like too much of an 8 for me. Just kidding.
It's all good. I'm happy to have an 8 on it. It's good. It's not a 7, so. All right. So this next one is the it's the red version. The red version of the hologram. This is from X-Men Series 2, the Wolverine 3D hologram.
Nice.
And I got a PSA 8 on it. The last PSA reveal video, I got a PSA 7 on the green and yellow one.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's about.
And then I did do the Ant-Man 2015 red, and I got a PSA 8 on that.
Nice.
I was actually thinking this was going to come in a 6 because there was a questionable corner, but they didn't dock it as much as I thought they were. So that's
it all depends on the grader, I tell you. Sometimes, man, I had a submission come back. Just my grades are like, this guy must have been like, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like
they probably sometimes do.
Yeah.
All right, this next card is a 2017 Jambalaya, and it's Spider-Man 2099. Any guess on the grade there?
I don't know, but I want this card. I'm gonna guess a 9 because I feel like 9's. I'm gonna guess a 9. The back looks good.
Yeah.
It got a PSA 9.
That's a sweet card. I like that one. I need that.
Yeah. Looks pretty sick.
That's a great display card. Like how it has the color match with actual jambalaya on top of being in a PSA case where it all blends together. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, I only have 3 more cards on this reveal.
All right. I can run through.
And spoiler alert, they're all 10s.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, you want to save the biggest ones for last then.
And they are the Intimidation Nations. They came out really, really clean. I got a Juggernaut.
I don't think I've seen that one before. That's rad.
I got a Sabretooth.
Nice.
And then last but not least, I got a Magneto.
Nice. And
they're all PSA 10, guys. It was crazy to see. I was like, wait, all of them got 10s. And I actually bought this in a lot with these, and one of them was a Wolverine, but I just didn't send it because it was PC. And I was gonna sell these ones. But I'm wondering if my Wolverine, because my Wolverine looked really clean too. I wonder if it's gonna be a 10. So
if it fights like a duck, you gotta try it at some point.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, that's what I got for my PSA reveal.
Cool. So I can run through this little handful of stuff that I got real quick.
You got some more stuff?
Yeah, it was just stuff that I sent, not a top loader that I probably should have.
Oh.
Yeah, switch this around real quick.
I'm gonna do some ComC shopping while you guys are showing stuff. This will be fun. Why on earth? Okay.
Oh, he left. Left. He might have left on accident. Okay. I can't hear your audio. Hello?
There we go.
I was muted. You were muted. Sorry.
Yeah. So I have the Sketch of Carnage.
Okay.
Which I dig the background to it. I like the art on it. It's got that real sketchy Bill Sienkiewicz vibe to it.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Jamie Zanigo. Hello, gents. Very nice.
I got the pink High Series Husk. The pink High Series. Is this High Series? Yeah, High Series Strife. Then the periodic for Magic.
What number? 18?
18 out of 73. Went ahead and went for a pink low series Juggernaut. I think the art in this is probably one of the best cards out of that whole set.
Yep. Agreed.
This one's numbered 57 out of 75.
That's really cool.
The pink Mystique, same thing. Great art. That one's from Simone Bianchi.
Let me see that Juggernaut one more time.
Yeah.
Huh. It kind of similar to the Intimidation Nation, but it's not. So
no.
That's cool.
And pink Aurora. I'm not even familiar with that character. Like I can't tell you anything about her, but I dig this card.
When I first saw the card, I thought it was Storm, and I'm like, oh, it's not Storm, it's Aurora.
Oh,
looks to me when I first saw that card, I thought it looked like some kind of like Image Wildcats kind of character.
It's got that 90s art vibe to it for sure.
Yeah.
like a very Mark Silvestri type.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
I think that's my black Deathbird.
Oh, that's cool.
Black Husk.
One of the many characters that just look like they're hanging out, like in just regular clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that with the X-Men franchise when they just kind of. I'm wearing a hoodie. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's very. It's trash. the pink Magic and then pink Deathbird. So
man, this is
that's pretty much it. I finished out my rainbow for the High Series Magic, the High Series Husk, Low Series Deathbird. Then was able to pick up the Captain Marvel hologram from 2021 annual.
Nice. I like that one.
And then my Battle Spectre gem of Cyclops and Sinister.
Nice.
So
what's that 75th anniversary right there on the left? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the first card we looked at. Yeah.
Oh. That's sick.
What's funny is I bid on the same card and
I bid on that too.
We didn't know it.
Yeah, all
three of us, but yes, we all bid on this, and
that's how you know it's a good card.
We need to just have like a dibs system because I think we'd save each other a few $100 every time.
I'll agree with that. We'll go ahead and start that immediately.
Okay. We'll do it on our Dallas chat.
Yeah, for sure. At least put in like a top want list because you never know. We may all be looking at some of the same stuff.
Yeah, there's a dibs system, and then you get one veto per year. So you could veto a dibs. So you could say, I'm trying to come up with the rules here.
It's like, no, that's good. We can talk about it. You there?
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah,
oh, there he is.
There he is.
Changing his cameras.
Yeah, there's no point in me sitting here just talking while holding cards.
Yeah, I wish I had stuff to show. I don't think I do. I haven't bought anything lately.
Man, Scandell, I haven't talked to you since you did that video, but congrats on that 9/8 Ultimate Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty sick.
That's sick, man. That's so awesome there, Scandell.
Thanks. Yeah, that one. I was pretty certain it was. Again, you just never know. You never know. You know, anything between a 9.6 and a 9.8, I sometimes feel like it's just a whisper between both. It
is. That's my business. I can go on a whole rant on that for you.
Yeah.
Like people say, what grade do you think it is? I'm like, man, anywhere between a 9.4 to a 9.8, depending on their day.
Yes.
I've seen 9.8s that look like 9.4s and 9.4s that look better than 9.8s.
Or you could say, if I submitted this book 5 times, one of the times at least it would come back a 9.8.
100%. That's a good thing with signings. Like, say if you have a 9.6 book and you're like, I really think this is a 9.8. You send it in. You let their company clean and press it because you have to keep the yellow label, which is absurd, but whatever. But it gives you that opportunity to keep trying until eventually you can win the lottery and have it come back a 9.8.
So, can you tell me, Valor, do you know what's the difference between a remark and a sketch cover?
So it comes down to the diameter and the price point. So with a sketch, most of the time it's between anywhere from $600 to $1,000, but it has to be submitted on a blank cover.
Has to be on a white cover.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be a white, black, green, or red. But with the sketch, they try to sketch over the entire cover to give it like a full portrait, kind of a more high quality art feel. With a remark, that's essentially just a quick doodle that they may or may not spend a few minutes on. It's all subject to the artist that you send it into. For example, I sent in a book to get remarked with Mr. Sinister on the cover by Mark Silvestri, and it's amazing. Like, I'll probably never get rid of that book ever because it looks amazing. Versus you have Mark Bagley, who's a really famous Spider-Man artist. His remarks are trash. Like, you spend the same amount of money, he takes a Sharpie and it looks like in one line, he just does a quick doodle of the number of Carnage. Like there's
Jim
no.
Lee's doing some remarks and sketches over the summer here, and I was thinking about submitting some, and I just have never done that before. And
I'll be sending in for that. So if you want to get together, or if you have any questions about it, I'll do it. Like I'm sending in some of Josh's books for Adam Kubert signing.
Yeah.
Really?
So if you got any questions, just let me know. I sent in books for me and Justin last year, where we had books get signed and sketch come back.
I was thinking about, like, I didn't know quite the difference between. I knew the remarks were a bit of a doodle, but I didn't know that for the you have to send in comic blanks for the sketch, and that makes a lot of sense of why the price is so much higher, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
But I was trying to find, like, let me share a screen here. I was trying to find
Is Andy doing blank sketches?
I don't believe so. I want to say
Okay.
it was just
Because I would have sent you I have a blank Wolverine that I would have sent you for that, but
when we hop off, I'll double check it just to be on the safe side for you. But I want to say it was just remarks.
okay.
Hey, Josh, can you add my screen share, or how does that work?
Let's see.
Thanks. Yeah, I was thinking about sending in this book because there's a lot of space for an interesting remark. Like this Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have all that empty space down closer to the bottom, so you could definitely have fun with it.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could send this one in for a sketch, but you don't think so?
Mm-mm. They actually will send it back to you, and it won't have anything done to it.
Okay. See, this is awesome. Now I know.
Yeah, but you can definitely send him for the remark, and his remarks are really good. They're expensive, but it's Jim Lee, so what else do you expect? You know?
Yeah, they're like, yeah. It's just that I look at a lot of his. There's not a lot of books where there's a lot of empty negative space.
Yeah,
and that's why this is the only one that I found that I was like, okay, that looks like he could have there's room to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, I'm not sure what I'd want on there as far as like a sketch goes. Do you get to dictate what you want to?
Yes, you can. Now, they always say it's up to the artist's discretion, but I've had really good luck with sending in different books for all kinds of different artists. Like I did one for Bill Sienkiewicz, where I sent in a Batman book that he did artwork on, and then send it to him and just make notes. One thing I do whenever I do it is I make little notes using masking tape, just saying, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate everything you did. If it's for a certain character, like this is my favorite character. I'm so stoked to have this opportunity. Thank you for it." And it always just seems to give like a little bit of more effort put into the sketch that we get back, as opposed to just a quick cattle call.
And when getting blanks, where do you get them to make sure that they're in good quality, good condition?
It depends on what title it is, but most of the time I use my comic shop. It's mycomicshop.com, because they do really good scans of their product before shipping it out. And if it gets damaged for whatever reason, if it does, they pack their stuff like tanks. But they're really good about their customer service, and they'll replace it with the next best copy that they can.
Okay. I might have to do that. I haven't done that before. Sounds like a fun thing to do this summer.
But it also depends on you. Like you can probably find an already graded blank 9.8 for under $50, I would imagine. Like, do you want an X-Men or Wolverine title specifically?
X-Men probably.
I'll hop on Shortbox when we get off and see if I can find you one for under $50. Because you can always find a 9.8. That way you can have that security of knowing, like, okay, this is a 9.8.
And they'll crack it, right? And they'll crack it, and you can submit it subbed, and they'll crack it, and then have them sign it and do all the art, and then yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know people got graded blanks. That's hilarious.
People grade everything.
I luckily got a Wolverine blank. It's like it looks really cool. I actually showed it to Ash Gonzalez. He's like, "Oh man, that's so cool," because he was asking me for blanks a while back. I was like, blank what? Like comics or cards?" And he was looking for cards, but I showed him my Wolverine. He's like, "Man, that's sick." I got lucky on it.
Yeah.
Man, Ash has done some really cool comic covers too.
Are there any kind of 90s ish blanks? I don't want to commandeer the whole channel, guys. I'm sorry. I mean the whole.
You're fine.
You're fine, man.
This is interesting to you guys to talk about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Are there 90s related logos blanks?
They're going to be few and far between if you can find them. Because I want to say blanks didn't really come out until the mid thousands era. If there is, it's going to be some type of solid color cover, and it's going to be embossed. Because they went at that point in time, they didn't just do like a white blank that we know them now.
Right, but they didn't do any retro logos on top, you know?
Yeah, there should be. That's a really interesting question because I can't think of one offhand. If they did, it would be like a dynamic forces variant where it was some kind of wizard incentive.
Nice. I'm excited. Cool. I gotta get that submission going. I was gonna submit it myself because exactly for the reason you said. I wanted to add a little bit of masking tape on where I wanted the signatures and a little bit of kind of art direction.
Well, that's one thing with the signature series. If you want to send in a book for a signing, you don't have to have a CDC account. That's something that they offer for free. So say they have a signing next month gets announced and you want to do it, you don't have to use someone like me. Like you have the
I have a CDC account. I know. Yeah. But that is interesting that you don't even need to have an account to do the artist signings, huh? That's cool. Yeah, now just to find a good blank. But yeah, I'll look on my comic shop too. That's interesting. But also, you said I have that app as well. Short Stack. No, what's it called?
Shortbox.
Shortbox. Yeah, thanks. I'm tired.
It's
just finished making dinner.
All good. But like whenever we did our Jim Lee signing last year, I sent in a copy of Wildcats to get remarked, just because I thought Grifter was a really cool character, and he did an awesome sketch of Grifter on the cover.
Yeah, I'd want like a rogue, I think.
That would be cool. And I want to say that signing they're offering Jim Lee to sketch it, and you can have all three of them work on the same blank.
Really?
So you could have like Jim Lee sketch it, Williams ink it, where essentially Jim Lee would sketch it in pencil. Then is it Scott Williams would go over it in Sharpie to make that bolder color, the outline pop out, and then I think Alex Sinclair color it.
This is my blank that I got.
Yeah, that's a good logo. I want that. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And you said you're thinking about getting to do a rogue?
Yes.
I would try to check out an X-Men 92 blank then.
Yeah, X-Men. Oh, that's a good idea.
Because if you do X-Men 92, it should have...
that looks like the retro logo I want. Yes, that's what I want. How do I find that?
What's up, Sin City Cards?
X-Men 92 blank, is that what they're called typically, or blank sketch?
Yeah, it would just be blank variant.
Love it. Nice. Do you think the grade of the comic comes into play on something like that typically?
What is it?
Like I know everybody wants a 9.8, but is it a big deal if you have a custom sketch of Jim Lee and Scott Williams inked if it's not a 9.8?
It's the same thing as grading a 1 of 1.
What's crazy, I'd rather have them just do it on a piece of paper. I wouldn't even I'd rather have just a piece of art than a book, but whatever,
Yeah. No, I completely understand that. I'm surprised they haven't had McFarlane do one yet.
Hey, what's up, Victor? Marvelous Packs.
Hey, Vic. Hope all's been going well, bud.
those who just jumped on, we're just talking a little bit of comics.
Comics. I feel like I have something to show that I haven't shown, but I do not know where it is, and I can't think of what it is.
So you guys getting ready for Dallas?
Oh my gosh. I know, yeah. I think we're on the same flight, Josh, right?
We might be going
Yeah,
out, right?
yeah, we are. We are Thursday night.
What time is it? 4?
It's like a 4 something, right?
Yeah. That's the same flight we were. Yeah, I'm on.
Sweet.
Yeah,
maybe we can get on the Southwest row and we can kind of man spread and maybe hope nobody sits between us.
We could do that. Yeah. Man, like every single time I fly, with my cards, I just hope and pray everything goes well, and they don't like kick my baggage off the plane. That's my fear. Is like I'm taking all these cards that are worth so much, and one of them they're like, we're gonna have to check that, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
What's it like flying with a case of cards? Is it just very nerve-wracking? Like, have you ever had security try to go and check everything? Then be
the
like,
worst was the Atlanta airport was the worst for me. They went through my cards. They almost opened up my vibranium sealed boxes. And I'm like, wait. What are you trying to do? That is a sealed product. You are not opening that. And they were like going one card at a time through my case.
Jeez. Yeah, so that's not good.
I'm hoping this is going to be a little better.
I hope it goes smoother for you too, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think I have you don't have the TSA pre-check or anything like that, because that usually helps with that quite a bit.
I don't.
It's worth it. It's only like $80 and it's worth it. It lasts like 5 years.
Yeah, you go somewhere local and you get it set up. So
yes. And it lasts for years and years and years.
Yeah, I'll have to do that sometime here.
It's especially nice, like when you have it and your family doesn't, and like your wife and kids have to go through like the long line, and you just kind of mosey through the pre-check, and you're just kind of like, by the time they get through, you're just kind of sipping like some kind of Jamba Juice and like, hey, what's up? What are we picking up these days as far as comics go? You're focusing on Thor. That's interesting. I'm actually focusing on, I hate talking about this kind of stuff, but it's not like everybody's going to just immediately buy everything I want. But I'm focusing on rare 90s, early 2000 variants that are very, very rare. So like because like, you know, I think you guys probably saw this. I got this one just a few weeks ago. Like, it's a big book, but then the fact that it's just the gold, it's the gold 25, it makes it more special than it just is. You know, usually this is white, but this is gold foil now, and this one was limited edition. And like, to me, it's like, if you're gonna collect 90s books, you better have, I don't know, like, also like the silver X-Men 11 variant, like, instead of the red one,
kind of like direct versus newsstand.
Yes, it's like another way of making your collection a little bit more rare. And in that era of comics, that's the name of the game, in my opinion. It's I don't think a lot of 9.8s that were, you know, whether they printed 50,000 or 100,000, 500,000 of that book is, you know, it's just not that interesting to me.
Yeah, I was pointing out that to Daniel about that. What number is that Spider-Man hologram cover, the blue one? There's a silver hologram and there's a gold hologram.
Green too, I thought. No.
But no, like, I mean, comic wise, there's a green, a blue, a red, and a black comic of that series. But
I mean,
the actual hologram itself, Daniel, just when he was looking at my books, he's like, I didn't notice it, but it was silver and gold hologram.
The other one I want to get is the Hush variant, the Hush incentive, Batman.
Do you mean the second?
It's the retailer incentive one. It's the Batman 608 retailer incentive, and it was like 500 copies, I think, or 1,000 copies.
I know.
Okay.
It has Hush on the cover.
Yes, it has it's half Batman, half Hush.
Mm-hmm.
So just real quick on the comments, Sin City said Thor that he was picking up. Marvelous Pack's picking up as many X-Men as he can. How many cases between all of us did you pre-order a Spidey Metal? I pre-ordered none. Scandell probably pre-ordered 2 or 3
cases. No.
Yeah.
I have 6 boxes coming. That's it.
Okay. I have boxes only coming through local. So he tried to order 2 cases, but he said he probably won't get that many.
Yeah.
So
I pre-ordered 2 boxes, one to rip and one to just sit on. I'm gonna wait for each pack. I'm also gonna wait for everyone to tear each other apart and then just cherry pick what's left over when people are trying to recoup their money.
Well, I'm hoping I can save up until E-Pack comes out, and I'll probably buy more E-Pack than the physical.
For sure.
Because I like the trading aspect of it on there.
Yeah, that's true. That is nice.
And then Marvelous Packs mentioned there was a joke that it was running around for of you, Scandell. Did you read that?
No, what was it?
They made a funny joke about you. What are the odds of pulling a 92 Jim Lee auto? 1 in Scandell. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a good one there, Victor.
I know. One day I'll. Yeah, I should just show everybody what I got, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know why. I think because it would. I'll tell you why. It's because the second I show everybody what I got, I can no longer trade with anybody because everybody just wants to go for the jugular. Literally, like I can't make a single lighthearted trade anymore without some a-holes. Sorry, but like saying like, "Hey, why don't you just give me one of your Jim Lee autos?" And I'm like, you know what? No. How about I don't give you a card that's like you can't find anywhere for like a modern, like a new card? No. You know, and it just becomes like it's just crippling. It's crippling to the whole trading situation. And Scandal gets upset when when I can't trade with people. I have a lot. I have a lot of them. And
do you have a favorite?
Well, the Rogue's my favorite, but that's why I got that one graded. But my second favorite is probably Dark Phoenix. I haven't shown that one. I should probably show that sometime. Dark Phoenix, Jim Lee, and the other one that I love is I do like the Gambit quite a bit as well, and the Colossus of that.
Out of curiosity, do you have a Sinister?
Mr. Sinister's auto?
Yeah.
No, I do not. I've never seen one either.
I've heard of one selling not too terribly long ago, but it was kind of like a ghost. It was up for an instant, and somebody bought it.
Really?
I mentioned one that I want from Scandell, but I won't mention it on here. But
which one do you want?
You remember which one?
Well, you have the Wolverine coming. That one's actually in Q2 of PSA.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's exciting.
We'll see.
No, I wanted the one we talked about it. He's blue.
Beast?
No.
Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
He's like, oh yeah, no.
No, like the whole giant size X-Men characters are like those are that's my X-Men. Like Shadowcat, Nightcrawler. I mean, like anything in that 80s era of X-Men is kind of, I'm like, that was the golden time. So Colossus, Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine.
Yeah, I have
Giant size X-Men yet, Skindale?
Say that again.
Have you picked up a giant size X-Men?
I actually sold mine during the height of the comic boom. I sold my 8.5. I had an 8.5 and I sold it, and I didn't want to, but I kind of felt like it was time, and I kind of thought that I didn't think it would keep going up. So I think stuff's coming down now thanks to inflation, but
yeah,
you think it'd be coming down. It's coming up because people have no money anymore.
Yeah. It's gone down a little bit. I sold mine back in December. I had the 7.0 giant size X-Men, and then I had a 3.5 Daredevil #1 that was signed by Charlie Cox.
Oh, jeez.
But I sold both of those before Daredevil took off again and picked up an X-Men 1.
Keelan Bingaman said, I've been picking up some silver and gold hollows from 1995 metal. I don't know. 95 metal for hollows? What does he mean? Silver and gold.
Silver and gold hollows. The holofoils, but that wasn't X-Men metal.
Yeah, I don't know what he's referring to.
Yeah. But he's also saying Hulk, Spidey, and more. Yeah, so he's talking. He's not. Those aren't. I don't think those are metal, are they?
Is he talking about the hollows from 2017 Fleur Ultra Spider-Man?
No. He's talking about 90s, 95. The bronze, gold, silver holofoils.
Oh, from 1994 Marvel Masterpieces.
Yes. Yeah, he said metal, but I think he meant masterpieces.
That's what he meant. Okay. I get you now. Walmart boxes. Okay. Yeah. That's from 1994 Marvel.
That's what it's going to be, I think, with the Spider-Man product is the Walmart chasing. I think we're all going to kind of be hitting a lot of Walmarts up. Back to this, talking about Spider-Man metal release. I don't think getting cases and boxes is going to be feasible, but I do think squatting at Walmarts and getting some retail price booster packs will be available.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be fun too.
That will be fun. I think, in fact, that'll probably be funner than the actual official stuff because it won't break the bank.
Yeah. I need to talk to Justin about it. That way we can pair up and go like hunt early Saturday mornings. If we find any, start doing pack rips in the parking lot. Just put the tailgate down on the truck and start filming and go live. One of us can just bring our mats, whip it out, and then just.
Well, I know the Walmart boxes will not be able to have PMGs, but they will have their own. I think it's like Orange's Parallel. I think it's orange. But there's a couple parallels in that Walmart box that they're not in the other ones, which are going to be highly sought after, I think, too, for those master set collectors.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty excited for Beginnings, too. Beginnings is going to have some really good stuff when it comes out. Like the comic clipping booklet.
What's up, Victor?
Victor.
Hey, fellas. How you guys doing?
I haven't talked to you in so long. How you been?
Good. I know. I think last time we were in the middle of the X-Men metal hysteria with sketch cards and everything.
We were both getting in on cases just because we were pissed at the product.
Yeah, it's coming again. I can feel it. I feel the energy starting to come full circle, and we're getting back to that whole time again when it was just all of us competing, but being very nice about it, being like, hey, you know what? Great hit. Congrats. But deep down, I'm just
give it to me.
Yeah, you're like, that's one less for me.
It's like Keith. It's Keith and his Wolverine Geode again. He hit 2 of them. I'm like, wait, I want one of those.
You got yours though, right, Josh?
I did. I ended up getting mine. Yeah.
Good.
Finally.
I'm glad you got your Wolverines. Because you have pretty much all of them, right? Or all the ones you were going for.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go after the. I mean, I got everything. I didn't get any green Wolverines out of X-Men Metal. But I was able to pick up the printing plates of the Ultimate Wolverine Low Series, which I'm happy with. So
That's
I got a
exciting.
whole rainbow except for the purple and the green. So I'm happy.
That's awesome. And what about you, Scandell? Like,
Mm.
what's the deal, Steven? I mean, come on. I don't want to go for your autos, but I would damn sure love to trade with you, bro. So one of these days, when we're all
Yeah.
opening Spider-Man metal via e-pack party, I feel that coming. I know there's gonna be like 20 of us on like a just opening stuff up before it sells out.
Did
We
you end
gotta
up?
we gotta connect, man.
Yeah, we should and we will. That sounds super fun. Yeah, I am excited to have even the 6 boxes that I have secured. I'm excited to open those on a live stream and yeah. Did you end up keeping any X-Men metal cases or boxes, or did you just kind of rip them all?
I ripped everything I could, and I got off Ian. Like I was Cards of Metal. I was on that channel every week, and I was getting a spot almost at least one spot a week.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh knows he
Yeah.
was part of that like from
Yeah.
the beginning when he transitioned from Facebook to Instagram. I was part of making sure that happened because I was like, dude, Instagram is where it's at. And then he went from there to Whatnot, and now everyone's on Whatnot. Everybody has an account. So it's just, eBay is kind of, I know you're a big proponent and person that have been using eBay since like the beginning, but it's been taking a hit lately. Even they're trying to get Congress to like, not tax us. It's in their best interest too.
Yeah, I've definitely been buying less just because that price once you hit go to cart, you're like, wait, what? This is like $200 more than what I wanted it for,
I know.
and I'm tired of it. I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
I try to message the stuff when I do post stuff on eBay. I try to message on IG just to make sure nobody wants to do like a private sale from me or something so I can take it off eBay.
Yeah,
But just how it is, I guess.
people I'd say since end of February, seems like the purse strings are shutting. Everybody's getting a little tighter with their money, with their moolah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the times though, it's also the new everyone's adapting to collectibles in a different way. I would think you're seeing everyone become their own business person and entrepreneur in their collecting because you have to narrow things down, and we end up accumulating so much over the years. It's like even if cards don't take up that much space, they end up taking up space. So it's like um yeah, it's hard. And then we've gotten to this point where we built it up. Like if we've been in the hobby for so many years, then you've already built up a pretty good collection. And then all of a sudden you're in these times where it's pretty rough to sell and it's pretty rough to buy right now. Like buying is an opportunity if you can, but it's hard to be liquid right now. People are wanting to save that money. There's a lot of shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I feel that if you are selling, it's more in the private sale aspect of it, and it's some of the contacts that you find that are hunting things. It's nice to find if someone's hunting a set or hunting something, and then you're able to kind of pass that along. If you see something, one of your buddies have something for sale, it's like, hey, such and such is looking for that. And I think that's helping some of us in the hobby for sure right now. It's helping
I,
me at
I don't
least.
want to like I don't want to be the like guy that brings the negative stuff, but I think it's gonna need to have its correction for it to get healthy again with everything. Everything right now is down. But I think the opportunity for our hobby is going to go up so quick because we really are going to get a new product. A new product brings life to the hobby. So that's kind of like the little cherry, I guess, on top is that it's actually going to be a retail product too. So I wonder how many stores it's going to be at. A lot of people are speculating so much, and you're seeing more positive hope come in of like, I want to chase Spider-Man, I want to chase, whatever character, and we don't even know what the art looks like yet. So I'm noticing good things happen, but also it's pretty rough right now all around to be able to like think about getting a box of Spider-Man metal, if you're trying to get into the hobby now.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question: whenever Spider-Man Metal does get released, do they release what the art for the card is going to be before the actual release day, or is it going to be release day? You open up a pack whenever you get it in the mail, and you'll be seeing the art for those cards for the first time. Does that question make sense? What I'm asking?
Well, the promo on X-Men Metal was inaccurate quite a bit. So
Yeah, it was.
in fact, I don't usually like. I actually went into X-Men Metal to get a certain Rogue card based in the promo, and it never existed.
Yeah, that Rogue Planet Metal one, right?
Yes, I wanted that card.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. I wanted the Wolverine. It's like the Power Blast from 2015 Marvel Retro. The Power Blasts from that card set, it showed Wolverine on Marvel Metal that way. And I'm like, wait, I want that card. And it was never a card for Wolverine.
Well, also, I think people forget that with X-Men Metal, when that first came out, you had to be putting that extra $2 to get that first day like release, to have it be on the first truck. So you were getting it right on whatever the day was. I don't even remember. And what I do remember the most was these guys, Josh, Spidey Hits now is what we call them.
Yeah.
And yeah, and also even Sketch Card Hive put a video really quick. It was the guys that put the videos up the fastest. They were even faster than Random Collector, and Random Collector opens everything. But he also lives in Germany, so we do have an unfair advantage to anyone outside the US. But yeah, that's how I learned about the product, was really seeing it open, because even the Beast Geode was way off. That Geode was not what I was expecting. There was no Rogue in the Planet Metal.
Oh yeah,
in the Planet Metal
exactly,
either.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
no
yeah,
rogues.
it was
in
different.
Anything. There was no rogues in Platinum Portraits. There was no rogues in purely periodics. Like,
So we have our hopes up. The hype is up.
Rogue was shafted in that whole set.
Do you remember earlier on I interviewed that collector that was a female collector, and her favorite character was Rogue, and she pulled a couple of cards out of Marvel Metal, the X-Men Metal, and I wanted a card of hers, and she's all like, well, if you have the Rogue Planet Metal, I'll trade you that. And I'm like, oh wait, there's no Planet Metal Rogue. And she's all like, that's why she did the set, was for that Rogue Planet Metal.
Yeah, me too.
I kind of jumped in here. What did I miss to begin with the stream?
These guys debuted some of their recent pickups, and Josh debuted his recent PSA results, and we then started talking about kind of what we're doing with comics at the moment, and maybe sending some stuff to the Jim Lee comic signing at CGC this summer. Yeah.
Nice. Well, damn, that's pretty cool.
PSA 9.
Oh, wow. Oh, way to go, bro.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh, man.
So that's a really
That's
good
what's
one.
up. On the blue, too.
Yeah. These Intimidation Nations came back all 10s.
What about that Wolverine right there I see to the left?
Yeah, so this is this one?
Yeah.
Royal foil to 99, and I got a PSA 9 on it.
Sweet, dude. Congratulations. That's
I
really good.
I sold in a private sale my to 25 for 5K just recently.
Impressive, man.
Yeah,
those are really good. Those are really strong grades for those kind of cards. I mean, I think everyone that's already in the hobby knows how delicate those cards are, and how the surface, any surface thing is just,
well, on
you
these
already get downgraded.
These 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man cards, they're thick, and so you don't only have the corners to do, you have all the edges and all that stuff. So yeah, they're hard to nine.
Yeah, eight corners. That's rough.
And then I got a couple nines of vibranium as well. I got a 9 here. That's the ultimate.
Which character is it?
Ultimate Iron Man.
I was blinded by the ice on that.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Blinded by the ice.
Yeah. And then Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Sweet.
Got that one to 9.
Man, those things really do crackle.
Oh, they do. And this is Doctor Strange. I got a PSA 9 as well.
That looks like he's in the mirror dimension. That is awesome.
Right? It does.
That is really that makes sense in vibranium. That's like perfect right there.
My favorite is the PSA 5 of Magneto I got.
You got a PSA 5?
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure.
There must have been a dent on the card that you
Might
missed
have been.
because of all that cracked ice was blinding you. You know.
That might have been. And I did get an Ant-Man PMG, but it's PSA 8.
That's not bad.
So
8's good. 8 and above on PMGs.
Oh, and I got I PSA 9 my Mysterio blue too, so that's nice.
Well, you didn't beat my 3.5 that I got with SGC, so hey, you're good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you miss. It's all good. Oh, I did get out of that PSA submission. I sold a Wolverine PSA 9 for 3.5K. PSA 9, and then I sold a Cyclops PSA 10 for it was 1K. So
wow.
Well, dang,
strong.
Yeah,
that's strong, man.
All before Dallas, so I've made my Dallas already.
Yeah,
that's
Dallas.
awesome.
I have to pack up all my stuff. I'm probably not going to think about it until 2 hours before the flight, and then I'll throw everything together and forget things.
So are you guys doing where are you guys meeting?
Where are we meeting?
Like in Dallas for the show? Or are you guys gonna all go together?
I think we're all staying at the same hotel, so that helps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but what was your question? Daniel?
Me and Scandell learned the hard way last time to when you have a convention, if you can try to get the hotel that's linked to the convention.
Yes.
It's a little easier to get around.
So you're not walking a mile with $10,000 worth of product.
Yeah.
Looking like tourists.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have some extra muscle going with you? You know, you got to bring Valor with you, man. Dude, he's a comic presser, so he has the right touch.
Oh, you think he presses them with his bare hands? He's just like, his pure
He'll
muscle.
be like, yeah. He'll press them for you. He'll be like, hey, don't mess with my guys, man. We're gonna go sell some cards.
That's what I'm good for, I promise.
Good.
No, he's bringing some Marvel cards. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for trade night. That's what's got me pumped up to go.
So one thing I'll share with you, Victor, when we do the way that we set up our booth, our table there at the show is we're in some sort of ballroom, but in that ballroom, that's where trade night's going to be. And so Saturday night, it shuts down at 6:00, like the whole convention, and then trade night starts. We're one of the only sections that are able to stay open in that ballroom during the whole time trade night, and we can stay open till like 2:00 in the morning.
Nice.
That's fun. Nice.
I can't remember if I told you that, Scando.
I did not know that. I've been off the radar for a little bit. OTR.
Pretty good. So no, we're excited for Dallas. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
When is that Dallas show again?
It's this next weekend. So coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yep.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And then when's the national? When is that one?
It's in July. Like,
All right. So we'd have Spidey Metal for the national, but for the one in Dallas, it's gonna be, just like one of those kick-ass shows, man. I'm glad that Marvel's representing so well. Like seeing that you guys have been rocking the shows is really cool. I've been really enjoying that.
My prediction on Spider-Man Metal is that nobody's going to be able to get it, and it's going to get super expensive, and EPAC's going to get bought up by like 3 people.
I can see that.
Can I say something about that? Actually, I'd love to counter that because I agree with Scandell. There'll be about 15% physical hobby boxes of the product. 15%. Now the other 10% will be in the booster, blaster, whatever you call those boxes that you get in retail.
Yes.
And with those, we're talking like you would have to park and know the Walmart/Target's day that they get, the vendors to come in and do that. And you basically need to come in at opening and get what you can before the guy clears the shelves, or they clear the shelves as an employee before it even really makes it to the shelves technically. Yes. So like that is another thing to contend with. That is going to make it where just wait till EPAC. Try not to FOMO in right away. Prices will dip like to a point, but not much.
But what if EPAC gets gobbled up?
Yeah, when you said 15% physical, what do you mean by that?
Well, when I say 15% physical, I think that if you look at the reality, the way X-Men Metal was released and the way they manipulated the odds from EPAC to physical, and there was a clear distinction and difference in the ratio. It was about 25 to 30% X-Men Metal in physical, and EPAC was the rest. And why would Upper Deck, a company like that, want to sell so much of this product that is so hyped up to the vendors that are going to just lift the prices up? They're selling it at a complete discount to Dave and Adams, and then they hike the price up. That doesn't make them money. What makes them money is EPAC, because they don't need to do the packaging. They get to skip like 8 steps in the distribution process and in the manufacturing. So basically with the supply shortage, that's why we've been in the backlog, because of the pandemic and recovering, and now inflation and everything else that's going on is making it delay. But that's my opinion.
Now, I was told from Upper Deck that only 50% of the whole product as a whole is physical, and only 50%, and they try to do it down the middle is what they say. Now, if they're saying it and not doing it, and they destroy,
I think we need to call them out.
They said that they make the product 50-50, and then the cards that are digital, they'll destroy the physical copies of that are digital. That's what someone told me.
Then they're doing a lot of pre-checking of the product, which must be about 30%, because we're only seeing half of that number in physical.
I also thought I also heard that X-Men was more plentiful than what Spider-Man will be.
I thought it was the same. It's going to be like 36,000 boxes, but maybe not. Or 36,000 pieces.
I thought it was.
I don't see how that works. I don't see how that works at all, because how does that make sense? Check this out. If you're adding colors and you're adding more numbered hits to the box, it's actually going to expand the product.
Yeah.
And the product is going to be a lot bigger than 36,000. And now with them knowing X-Men Metal was a test run for them, and they saw where they failed. And if they do succeed on making it better where they're promising to do it, and that's why, quote unquote, they're so delayed, which I don't believe, but a lot of people are really excited about it based on a lot of the pictures we're getting. But to just cycle back, I don't think so. I just think that this is going to be a huge product. It's going to be retail and hobby and e-pack.
Well, it's a good point
And
what you
you
say.
know,
I think you're chirping down a path that might make a little bit more sense because they're gonna have the Walmart booster packs. Unless they're distributing less of the physical and less of the e-pack and making those booster packs, there would be more.
Yeah, maybe it could be that the Walmart ones are eating into the actual number of hobby boxes. You don't know.
Yeah.
I believe that. That's my hypothesis. Obviously, this is all speculation on
So
my part. I've said a lot on Upper Deck. I've always criticized them because I think we should criticize a company we spend so much money investing into, our hobby. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at for sure.
Yes.
Okay, did we
I'm
miss
not
anything?
sure what I'm going to bring. What am I going to bring to Dallas? That's the next thing. It's like, what? Last time to Atlanta, I feel like I brought too many cards that I had zero interest in ever trading or letting go. So this time
you brought too many cards?
Yeah, I feel like I just brought a lot to show and not. I didn't bring everything. I brought a lot just to kind of show off.
Okay.
And I'm going to dial that back and try to bring things that I want to move.
Good.
You're gonna have more room this time because you'll have 2 cases.
I know, so I'll have to bring both. I'll have to bring cards I want to show off and cards I want to move. That's what I'm saying. I am excited to show off this the 2015 Jambalaya collection. This thing's sick.
What are cards that you are excited to be showing off?
This card, I think I've gotten a lot of requests to have people want me to bring this so they can see it in person because a lot of people haven't seen this card in person.
Wow, Jambalaya.
Yeah, 2015 Spider. It's just one of the only. There's only 2 Spider-Man Jambalayas where he's wearing red, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's special.
2013 and 2015, but things like that. Some of my Jim Lees, people want me to show some more.
Show it off again. We gotta show it to the whole world because that's a beautiful card in terms
right
of
now. You might show some
scarcity. Yeah,
such a nice card.
That's your thumbnail image, Josh. Just PSA reveal and have the 13 Jambalaya.
I wish it came back a 9. I have every other one I have in this collection are 9s. This is the only 8.
But you did well with your grades. You've been doing really well.
Yeah, I lucked out. Well, I did recently submit a bunch of these for this guy in Arizona that I'm partnering with, and a lot of them came back as 7s. A lot, actually. Which, honestly, at this point, I mean, if profit's the goal, like cracking them and selling them raw would probably do better than 7s. But I wouldn't. I don't actually ethically do that. I don't think that's right. But whatever.
Oh, a lot of people didn't keep their PMGs in the best condition.
Yeah,
and I know that we jumped in the hobby and they've changed hands a lot of times now. It's just a reality. PMGs have gone like in levels.
Yeah, I just don't like if PSA would regrade a card that they'd already had seen, or I don't know how BGS handles it or SGC, but PSA, if they get a card that's already been graded, like, and it's a serial numbered card, then it comes back again, they give it the same grade as it was the last time, which makes 0 sense to me. But that's how they do it.
You guys see these?
Yeah, those are. Well, I don't care about the producer, but whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll show you all.
That guy squeezing through those bars. That's the most horrific thing in that movie. I hate that. It's just
Senator Kelly. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got all the autos, Josh. That's right. Dude, what a find.
Yeah.
You got them all in one auction?
It was a lot. And what's funny?
Those are awesome moments.
What's funny is the lot was really, really worded weird.
That whole franchise is so cool. I mean, I like this era of X-Men because it was such a, even though it was slightly underwhelming to like comic book fans like myself, it still was like exciting to see things go to the big screen.
Oh yeah.
And this Wolverine looked cleaner than all my Wolverines, and even the Wolverine that I got a 9 on. So pretty excited about that.
I have an Ian McKellen right here, but it's different. Different.
Oh, nice. Gandalf. This is X-Men 2.
The X-Men 2s, I like that. I like those better.
I like the design on them. Yeah, they look good.
I like that. Yeah, Alan Cummings. That's awesome.
Jubilee. There's your Shadow Cat there. Marvelous.
They were in the movie. They were in the movie for like 2 seconds.
And Colossus. Yeah, I know.
Colossus did have a dope couple moments in that. I really enjoyed that in X2, I have to say. And the mansion scene when Wolverine.
Yeah, when they're evacuating the children.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It still bothered me that Colossus was a kid and Wolverine's like a grown man. I was still kind of like, what? I don't want a 20-year-old Colossus and a 35-year-old Wolverine.
That's funny.
That's one thing I think could really, as technology increases, this is going to be a bold statement, but I'm excited for.
Dude, say it.
I want X-Men when it can become like Josh Brolin Thanos for every character. Like I want CG versions of everybody, and I want them to look just like they should look, and I don't want to rely on an actor, the physicality of an actor. I want them to make what my mental image of Colossus is, and I want them to have that be CG, and I want it to look like it's damn real, and I want it to look like it's exactly how 90s and 80s Colossus was, and I want it to be so they can make infinite numbers of films with these digital puppets that they can do whatever the heck they want with.
Same with Wolverine.
I'm doing my Robert De Niro here. I'm kind of squinting. I'm really like
Wolverine in yellow tights.
Yeah, I want the Wolverine in the yellow tights.
Yes.
I feel what you're saying though, like
with Colossus and Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want that for every character. I want Rogue to look like unbelievably attractive and physically perfect, and I want it not to be like as close of a person as they could have found. No, I want.
You remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Cool Things or stuff like that? Cool World, man. Cool World. Yeah, my bad. Ah, man, those kind of things. It's like the way they could do it now. It would be really cool if you could bring into the multiverse, like our animated X-Men, and kind of like level them up with the animation. Just kind of like, hey, you know what? They're fighting in this MCU. They need to be leveled up a bit. They're not going to be Pixar looking, no, no. but you know what I mean? Like something just like that you could bring it into the real world or into the multiverse. Like if they could do What If, and they made the What If stuff kind of like happen in some of the newer stuff that's coming in. So we speculate, like they could do that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Well, it'd be interesting to see the X-Men animated series now that it's 20 years later and you can have updated technology running the animation.
Can't hear you.
I can't wait for that.
Yes. Disney.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the X-Men would be treated with like the same workflow and animation pipeline as the What If series, versus it being kind of a retro animation style that looks supposed to look kind of like 90s X-Men. I would rather them evolve the look quite a bit. I'm hoping that they don't try to make it look like a vintage show.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that when the Illuminati showed in Spider-Man. When you said something about or sorry, in the trailer of Doctor Strange, sorry. You said something about that you don't want them to ruin it for the the fourth time or the fifth time, like X-Men in general.
Yeah, I don't think writing the X-Men into the MCU can. I don't I think I don't think it can happen.
I used to think it
I
was
don't
a
think it can
5-year.
happen well. I think it can happen poorly, and I think it will if they try to do it. I don't think the X-Men. I feel like they need to just. I kind of want a parallel thing.
I wish they would go with something that brings in the old blue team and gold team stuff.
Yes.
Like, I wish
And
it was like that.
what's weird about that is that never actually even hit its stride. X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue. It was the idea of it was super popular to fans. The execution of it was never satisfying enough.
Well, even if they went with the '90s version of the cartoon and that whole story in the MCU type. I know Marvelous Pax and myself talked about. I want to see Rogue and Gambit love story. That would be sweet. It'd be awesome. But I don't know how they're gonna play that into things. With where they're going with the multiverse and stuff.
Like the only reason the MCU worked was because they gave a lot of key characters their own films. And that way everybody had a lot of footage to back up and build exposition on each character. And with the X-Men, they're going like I would think the pitfall they're most likely going to fall into is that they say it's a team that has to be introduced together and not separated into sub stories. And like I don't think you can. I don't think it would. I don't think it lends itself to work with film. Making a team like that. That like I mean, and I liked the X-Men reboots. Like the Days of Future Past. I liked First Class. Okay. But as I was watching it, I couldn't. I'm a pretty imaginative guy. I do some writing as well. I do a lot of creation stuff, and for some reason, the X-Men franchise as a whole, it doesn't. I can't see how it can enter into like live action adaptation with the same amount of serious magnitude as the Avengers seem to. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't know how anymore. I just don't see it.
I'm thinking they're trying with the Illuminati stuff.
I don't know about that. I think. I
think
mean,
it's like a 10-year
might be
plan.
doing something.
I mean, and that
It feels like
that was kind of clumsily done too.
it feels like it's a 5 to 10-year plan now. Like it used to. I used to think, oh, it's going to be in a few years. I feel like they're just hinting at the X-Men like side characters here and there in the next like 5 years of films. We're not even going to get their own like kind of story arcs or their own stuff till we get the animated reboot. I know that's not that long away, but I don't think that really counts. You know what I mean? That's more of like just a nostalgia hitter for us on Disney Plus, And
What
like
phase are we in right now?
we have to see how they continue the storyline, like too, like what stories are they gonna do? Because the animated show was very comic accurate, like in many ways. Like they really they did a good job.
For sure, they did a good job.
What phase would you say we're in right now? Is it 1 or 2? Or would it be 3? It's not that.
MCU phase?
Yeah.
Oh, we're like in 4
4 or 5?
Yeah.
4?
5 is next, right?
Yeah, it feels like we're wrapping up 4 and we're in 5, heading into 5 now with all this. Like we pretty much know. I don't want to ruin anything and say stuff, so I'm not. But we know where stuff is heading if you're into comics at all, and I know 3 of you guys here are into comics, so yeah, you guys can tell where we're kind of headed. Especially with Spider-Man. I can say with Spider-Man because that's already happened and people should have seen it already, that we're getting Black Suit Spidey. like an arc of that coming up next. It feels like, and we know what that leads into too when it comes to the timeline and the multiverse stuff going on, you know?
I think with the MCU stuff right now, it's kind of at a 4.5. Like you've gotten a lot of the foundation laid, and you're getting ready for your arc. The arc's going to end up involving Kang and the whole multiverse, however they choose to do that. But that's going to be your big villain that they're building up for this new era, which is going to be Kang. I wouldn't see X-Men showing up for that until probably the tail end of it, or maybe when we start getting to 3/4 of the way through it. And even then, I wouldn't expect a full assembled team. It may be like one or two slowly making their transitions.
That's hard to sell though when it's a mutation situation. That's what's weird about X-Men is that there's a global pandemic of mutation and it's hard to just bring up about one or two at a time.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was talking about earlier. I just don't quite see how it resolves itself in what they've laid down now, unless they do it just a complete parallel universe, entirely, and we just leave at 616 entirely and just kind of pick up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like basically Scarlet Witch signed on, or I'm sorry, the actress signed on to do her role for like a lot of years to come. And regardless, like you can't finish her arc either, as whether she's used in a comic accurate sense or not, without introducing the mutant somehow during the phases. And we're talking Kang like is going to be phase 8 or something by the time we really get Kang. Like we're really in the like Secret Wars and stuff,
Yeah, and House of M and all that for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I've already told a few of these guys, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't think Disney's happy with the reception of Moon Knight either. Like, it didn't become a talked about phenomenon. It was very much like just kind of.
Well, how did you feel about that show? Like, how
my kids, we were watching all of the Disney Plus, and my kids. I mean, I have from my daughter who's 19 to my youngest son who's 11. This is like. They all land right into where like Disney should be aiming, and they all after the 3rd episode of Moon Knight said, and we were watching it as a family. They're like, we're done. They were like, this is boring. I don't like this. I don't like the villain. I don't like why is this happening? And there was a lot of just like my wife was just like, why? Yeah, can we just pick a show that we all want to watch because this show's not it. And we had already watched Hawkeye. We had already watched all the other ones, WandaVision, Loki. This one was finally like, it wasn't just fatigue; it was just complete and utter boredom.
Which of your family, like, sorry to backtrack, which did they like the most then? Since it seems like Moon Knight was
about that. We've been talking about that. I think the consensus is that somewhere between Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier and Hawkeye.
Loki or Wanda?
Loki. No, Wanda. Nobody in my family prefers Wanda or the second one. What was after Wanda? It was
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, the cartoon one.
What If?
The What If?
Yeah,
they actually like What If better than all of it.
Oh, okay.
So
I liked What If a lot too.
Like What If was the preferred, but by the time Moon Knight came around, it just felt like, I think it just starts to feel fragmented. It starts to feel like it's hard to raise the stakes on all these little shows, and like Hawkeye did a good job of it because Hawkeye's always been a lower stakes character, and I think Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The casting was on point with Hawkeye. I really enjoy seeing the payoff took too long on Moon Knight. It took way too long to drag out that final payoff to find, that alternate personality that we were hoping for, you know what I mean, from the comics. So like, yeah, to me that was frustrating. because it could have been a very like adventure show. You have like Egypt, you have all this stuff that they were filming that they could have really capitalized, I thought, but then it started to drag. But I liked the first couple episodes, and then it took too long to get to the good payoff. So it was like,
you know what I think what's missing from Disney Plus is, you know, there's a sequence of events that happen in a 2-hour film, and there's these beats that are pretty much proven to be the perfect timings for each beat to keep people motivated and interested, and like to keep your audience kind of on the ride and on the hero's journey and climax and all that. And the Disney Plus medium doesn't seem to have yet mastered the art of like you're saying, like they're not like keeping people interested enough. It's not like they need to make this stuff like 24, like Kiefer Sutherland 24, where they need to, what they need to do is they need to change the beats of their stories so the low points are in the middle of the episode and the end points are the high point climax, and then you have to stay tuned for the next episode to find out what happens. Just like, you know, like those shows that are just really good at like this, you know. And like I say 24 because that's like the most, you know, Lost had that too as well to some degree, but 24 was better at ending on a real like intense moment, and then you'd have to watch the next episode. Like with these ones, it just feels like kind of a long slog of interesting little like weird cameos that my kids don't understand, or weird like comic nods that they also don't understand. And again, yeah, I don't think Oscar Isaac was necessarily a compelling enough character to be the primary, you know, comic relief and the primary, like, I don't know, like it just didn't seem to work.
Well, the casting lacked a bit with it.
And Ethan Hawke, I don't think he did very well at all. I mean, that he was my youngest son's like, who's this guy? Who cares about this guy? Why? Who is this? He's so boring every time he talks. And my wife's like, yeah, who is this? I'm like, that's Ethan Hawke. He's a famous actor.
Well, if you guys are good with it, let's end the broadcast, and then we can stay on if we want to talk.
Sure.
But let's end this, and I appreciate you guys watching us and watching the mail that Daniel had, as well as my PSA reveal.
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining Scandell, and as well as Victor. Thanks.
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Shout out
Thanks
to Scandell Cards and Comics channel. Watch him on his channel. And then Valor Comics, you can find him on IG. He's got some awesome comic pressing services, as well as some professional services he can offer with comics. And then myself, and then Marvelous Pax also has a YouTube channel, right? Marvelous Pax.
Yeah, and I think Valor does too, because I know I've heard his dope intro music. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, appreciate you guys, and we'll chat with you later.
See you guys in Dallas.
Yeah.
All right,
thank you, everyone.
See you guys.